All right, so I'm at Target. It is January 1st, so they should have lots of stuff on sale. And I am on an extreme budget because we're trying to save $1,000 each month to go toward my car fund. And I shouldn't be here at Target, but I am. And so let's go in and see what we can find. I'm here in theory because I need a bag of dog food for my dog. So hopefully not too much else makes it into the cart. Not sure. We'll see. So let's go take a look. All right. So I made it out of Target. I spent how much? $76, $77. I got the dog food, so that was good. And I got a few holiday things, some gift tags and such that were on 70% off, I think. 90% off? I don't know. It seemed kind of high. The gift tags I got were supposed to be $5 and I paid 50 cents. So that seemed pretty good. And then some other random nonsense that you don't need when you go to Target, but you buy it because that's what you do when you go to Target. So that's my Target adventure for the day. So I think I'm done. I think I need to go home and take care of some stuff at the house and see what happens from there, I guess. All right, so I made it back home and I didn't stop anywhere else. I am a crafter, and so I like to go to Dollar Tree and buy random items that I use for crafting. And I have been getting this under control, so I'm not spending $100 at Dollar Tree every weekend. And it's not even the weekend. Today is Wednesday. And so, but I didn't go. I didn't go to Dollar Tree, and I also didn't go to a different Target because there is a different Target kind of on my way home. If I kind of make a little bit of a loop, it's kind of on my way home. But I didn't do that either. So I call this a win. This is kind of like girl math, where if I don't spend anything, then I've saved money, right? Because otherwise I would have gone to Target and spent $100. So I've saved $100 just by not going. So these are kind of little things that people just in general can do to save money. Stopping at stores when you've already gone out to get whatever it is you wanted. I had needed to get some dog food because my dog is almost out, and her food, I get it delivered and it doesn't come until tomorrow. And I don't want her to be hungry, of course. So I had to go get dog food. So that was the purpose of Target. So I went, I got my dog food. The bad part is that I did spend more than just the dog food, of course. I think that if I would have gone to a pet store instead of Target, I would have saved about $50. And this is where your wants versus your needs come into play, right? So my purpose in I'm trying to save $1,000 a month over the course of the next year, and then we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I can come up with the $12,000 at the end of the year. I don't know. We'll see if that happens. And the way I'm going to do that is by tightening up my budget. I have already switched my account so that I have multiple bank accounts. And so one is for savings, but that's where I also purchase big items from. So like if I had to buy, I don't know, a dishwasher or my maintenance for the car. So my car is set up that you go just once a year and they do everything. They do the oil and all the fluids and all the checking of everything. They do it all at once. And so that's a hefty bill once a year. But I know it's coming, so I just keep putting money in the savings account so that when that time comes, then I'm ready to go. And so that savings account is where I'm now, my other account, my other banking account where I have my checks actually deposited into, that account is where I pay out of all my bills out of, and also move money to a third account, a money market account. Uh-oh, my garage lights just went off. Can y'all still see me? Should I turn on some lights here? Will that help? That doesn't really help. It makes me look foggy. Let's try a different light. Try this light. Try this light. No, none of these lights are helping. Okay, well, whatever. You don't need to see me. It doesn't matter. So I'm moving now. What I'm doing, the week after I get paid, I have it automatically set up to move $500 from my spending account into my savings account. And that way, the money is going to move no matter whether I do it or not. Because if I try to do it myself, which is what I had been trying to do, it doesn't work. I don't ever do it. I don't ever get around to it. At the end of the month, I'll figure out how much money I have left over and I'll move that. I don't want that. I want it to be an automatic. I need $1,000 a month moved over. That's what I need. And so that's what I'm doing. Now, if you are paid only once a year, hopefully not once a year, once a month, or if you're paid every week, you could do this differently, right? So if you were paid only once a month, if you have the margin, you could, just move that money the day after you're paid or a week after you're paid or whatever. If you're paid weekly, it might feel better because then you would just do $250 a week a month. And then if you did it that way, you also, how would that work? You also would have it spread out so it seems more even. I don't know if that makes sense. Because when you are moving large amounts around, it seems like a lot. It seems like a hit. And so that's what I'm afraid of, is I'm afraid I'm going to see the 500 move and I'm going to get all afraid and whatever. I am a strong budgeter. Like, I follow my budget. I put a budget in every time I'm paid. I update my budget. I do like Dave Ramsey all the way here. Like, I do a budget. I do use Dave Ramsey's Every Dollar app. It's a free app. I have the free version. There is a version you can pay for. I'm not paying for that. Just let me do it on my own. So I use Every Dollar. I recommend you use a budgeting app as well, because you don't know where your money is going until you look at it and you know where it's going. You can just assume, oh, I think I spend about $200 a week on groceries. And then you turn around and it turns out you spent $486 because your kids wanted special cereal or some nonsense like that. So I highly recommend budgeting, because budgeting is what is going to make it so that you know exactly where your money is going and know when you need to cut back on something. Like, I know, since I just spent money at Target, I know about 20 of that is for my pet or for my dog. So I know that can be allocated to her. She has a line item in my budget. She has a line item. Pets is what it is, my cat and my dog. So I can move that there, but then the rest would go under my miscellaneous column. And that is when I'm out and I buy something I wasn't expecting to buy. So on my budget, I literally do every line. It's a zero-based budget, which means at the end of that period, you should have, in theory, $0 left. Now, obviously, don't leave your bank on $0. That would just be stupid. But only leave a couple $100 in there as a cushion. But you want to budget out every dollar that you bring in. So if I bring in $1,000 this month, I need to budget out $1,000 and where that money is going. Not that it's restrictive, because if you made $1,000 a month and you spend, $200 on rent and $50 on groceries, you just write that out in your budget so that you know where all your money is going. And also, you'll know how much extra you have. The extra is what I always got caught up on, because I don't have a mortgage and I don't have a car note. I would always lose myself in the extra, and I would just go spending money for no good reason. That's not a good plan, because that doesn't help me get to the long-term results of getting a different car in 2 years. Well, it's like a year and a half now, but whatever, getting a different car, but also putting more money away in my savings account or my investment accounts. When I retire, I don't want to feel restricted. I mean, as humans, we are somewhat restricted because we can only spend what we make, in theory. But I don't want to feel like I have to eat peanut butter and jelly 3 times a day. I don't want to feel like that. I want to continue my life as I live it now, which is just normal, comfortable, not extravagant. I have nice things, but I don't have extravagant things, and I don't go crazy. And so I recommend budgeting 100%, because then you'll know, again, if you go back to the $1,000 a month, if you make $1,000 a month and you budget everything out and you have $100 left over after you've budgeted all the necessities and the wants out, then you know that $100 can go into your investment account or into your savings or wherever else you're going to put it, your money market account, or wherever. If you don't budget, you don't know where any of your money is going. You just keep spending it until it's gone, and then you spend it again once you get another check or whatever. And that's not a good plan. We need to plan this out. We need to budget this out. And if I see, like, for example, in the beginning of December, for some reason, I wasn't spending a lot on groceries. I don't spend a lot anyway, but I have my set amount that I do on my budget for 2 weeks. It lasts me 2 weeks, and then I update my budget every 2 weeks. And I noticed that I wasn't spending as much money as I was putting away into that line item. So what I do when that happens is I move whatever is left into the savings line item, and then I would move that savings line item into my actual savings account. I don't know if that makes sense. That's a lot of words, but any money that's left over outside of the budget after the time is up, so after 2 weeks, this current budget will be over, because my budget just started on Friday. I just was paid on Friday, last Friday. So when this 2 weeks is up, anything that's left over and hasn't been paid out is going to get moved over to the savings account, because I need more in savings than I need cash on hand. And I move money into my money market account after my savings account gets to a certain number. So when I get to this certain number, everything above that number, I move over into my money market account. And everything below is just going to wait until I can raise it back up again above. And that's because that's my partial, like a small emergency fund. The real emergency fund is in the money market account, but kind of the mini emergency fund is in this savings account that I keep at all times updating. I encourage you to go check out Dave Ramsey. I realize his methods are maybe old school, but you know what? In the old school, everyone didn't have a debit card and everyone wasn't dependent on debt to live. I don't want to be dependent on debt to live. You shouldn't want to be dependent on debt to live. That's why you go to work, so that you don't have to have debt. You go to work to pay your bills, so you don't have to have debt. So make choices so that you too can be debt free. I know people are so worried about what other people think, like, what kind of purse do I have, and what kind of jacket do I have, what kind of shoes do I wear, and this and that and the other thing. And once you have the income, not even the income, because you can make $1 million a month. If you make $1 million a month, but you spend 1.2 million, it doesn't matter, because you basically didn't make anything. So income is not even the problem here, it's spending. So if you make less than you spend, having a nice purse, a nice car, nice shoes, nice whatever, doesn't matter, because you don't have any money. Oh, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy because I have someone close to me who likes to buy expensive stuff. She likes to go on expensive trips and all of this. But she uses credit to do all of this. And then I have a boyfriend right now, and he doesn't use credit like kind of the normal American, I guess. But he always talks about his rewards points. He's going to put it on this one card because he's going to get rewards points. And the rewards points, they apparently give a check. They pay him a check every year, and this is what he gets. These little measly ass checks, boy, I could save more. I would have more money picking up pennies off the ground than I would waiting for a year on this check to come. So I strongly recommend not using credit cards. Strongly, 100% strongly. Do not recommend using credit cards. If you feel you need a safety net of some sort and you have to have a credit card for some reason, that's fine. Just don't use it. I think most cards you have to use at least once a year in order to keep them open and keep them active. But don't go buying a $800 pair of shoes. Buy, a $20 can of paint from Home Depot and paint your room or closet or something. And then pay that off immediately so that you keep that card open as your safety net, but you're not relying on credit to live your life. Like, this is really important. I don't know how people don't understand how harmful credit cards are, because you get swooped up into this spending and then you just don't know how to get out. You get stuck. And so don't get stuck. Don't get stuck, because it's not worth it. What else? So today I am going to update my budget, since I just spent some at Target. I didn't spend any other money, so I'm just going to update my budget with my Target expense, and then also make it in my budget so that I know when the $500 is going to automatically move into my savings account. I've already set that up in the bank, but my budget, I haven't changed my budget yet. So that part, I want to update that. So I want to update some of the line items. Because I live so close to work, my gas is a really small number. And so I can make it even smaller. So I think I'm going to do that. My groceries, I can make that bill a little smaller. My miscellaneous, I definitely can make smaller. I have an Amazon line item as well. I should make that one smaller. Amazon is tough though, because it's like immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification. This is not good for Americans. We are not good at this. And so Amazon, I need to make my line item like $50 a month. Right now it's at $200. We shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be giving Bezos that much money every month. We shouldn't be doing that. So let's stop that. So I'm going to stop that. So I'm going to change my budget around a little bit. And then hopefully tomorrow, I'll be able to give you an update on what I actually did in my budget. I am hoping to do some vlogs just here and there. Like right now I'm in my car, just got home. Tomorrow I do have to go to work. First time in over a week I have to go back to work. I don't like that. But maybe we might get some sort of footage there. I don't know. I don't know exactly. But we'll see. So I think that is it for today. Hopefully not too much blabbing, but just trying to talk about some money. Get some ideas in your mind about money. The main idea for today is that credit is bad and don't use credit cards. And then also do budgeting. If you just were to download the budgeting app EveryDollar, just download it. Just try it. Download it and put some information in and see how easy it is. It is so easy, and it is so interesting to see where your money is actually going. Because if you know that you're spending 50% of your income on housing, you know your housing is messed up and you need to make a change. I mean, it's that simple and that easy. It doesn't matter if you make $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month. If you don't know where your money's going, or you don't know how to spend it, where to budget it, it doesn't matter how much you make. It doesn't. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. People run around talking about, oh, they're so rich and all this. It doesn't matter if you make $100,000 a year and you have $125,000 of debt. That $100,000 is already gone, and you haven't even paid your rent or mortgage yet. Oh, it upsets me. Okay. All right. That's going to be it for today. So I will plan on seeing you tomorrow.